How's everyone doing today? We're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I'm going to do some racing in the Class A Cup car. Should be a good race. We're going to have a pretty competitive field today. We'll get going here in just a second. We're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is going to be my first Cup Series race of the week here at this track. Pretty excited about it. We did a race here yesterday or the day before in the Xfinity car. We got a pretty good finish. We started in 13th and we made our way up into the 9th position. So we're going to try to build on that success today here in the Cup Series car. We're just waiting for warm-up, practice laps to finish up here, and then we're going to hop into qualifying. I ran some practice laps here at Las Vegas in the Cup car a couple nights ago, doing some testing for the new week. So I have a somewhat familiar idea of what to expect here driving this car. But we're going to sort of just jump right into qualifying. We're not going to do this warm-up and hopefully get the best lap that we can. It's been a couple days since I've practiced here, like I just mentioned. But we're going to try to get all we can out of it. If you're trying to race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the first time this week, I can try to give you some tips along the way as I navigate this track for you. Turns 1 and 2 slightly wider than turns 3 and 4, so you're going to find that your on throttle time in turns 1 and 2 is going to be a little bit higher compared to 3 and 4. It's going to be a little bit tighter through there. So that's one thing to note when you're going through and getting ready to make your qualifying lap. So we're going to go ahead, hop in the car, get our lap done, try to start as close to the front as we can, and we'll see how it goes. So we're going to try to get up through the gears as much as we can. This is a momentum-based track, right? Carrying as much momentum as possible is key. This car is 5 gears, unlike the Xfinity car, so don't want to forget that. Up in the 5th gear, starting lap 1. We're just going to sort of ride this first lap out and build momentum. Our second lap will be our money lap, trying to get all the speed we can. So we're just going to ride up top for this first lap, trying to build up some momentum on the top side of the track. Trying to scrub these tires as little as possible, building up that momentum. Down to the apron and try to set a good one here. Three and 4, we're going to have to lift a little bit more than we just did in 1 and 2. Trying to get it right down to the bottom along that white line is key. Got a little bit tight on exit. It's alright though. It's not going to be the greatest start as a result of that. Got pretty tight. So it's a 30.077. One of the best times I've seen today is in the 29.9s. As you can see here, 29.906. That's pretty par for the course. So we got a little tight on exit off 4, so we're going to be a little bit further back, unfortunately. Not as bad as I thought, all things considered. But some of these laps down here toward the bottom are people's first lap, so they will be improving on that. It just got very tight coming out of turn 4 here. I'll kind of recap that real quick for you guys. Kind of go all the way down here to turns 3 and 4. So right here, I get back to the gas just a little bit too soon on the bottom. Like I was mentioning, turns 3 and 4, the turning radius is a little bit tighter. So you got to sort of let the car breathe a little bit more to set it into the track and to get the car to rotate through the center of the corner. I was a little bit sort of overeager, trying to get back to the gas, trying to maximize the lap time, and I ended up having to come back out of the gas a second time to sort of let the car sort of resettle. See here, it's starting to scrub up toward the outside wall, sort of feathering the throttle still a little bit. And even right here, you can see I come out of the throttle again a little bit. just making sure I don't clap the outside wall. And that kind of lost me about a tenth right there. So you can see I'm going to be starting mid-pack. I was running some practice laps the other night that were competitive with these first 2 times up here, first and second, because I really wanted to be able to start toward the front of the field in these races. But again, a little bit rusty here, first race of the week. That's kind of to be expected, so we'll kind of use this as something to build on in future qualifying sessions here at Las Vegas this weekend. But not a bad effort. 30.0 could have been worse had I had to get out of the gas more in turns 3 and 4. So we're going to give it another minute here for people to finish up the qualifying lap, and then we'll hop in for the race. Be right back. Back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, cars are gridding. We are gridding onto the field, so you can get into the cockpit of the pace car here. We are gridding up on the racetrack this week. Some weeks you'll be gridding on pit lane, pit road. This week we're gridding on the actual racing surface, so sort of show you what this looks like. Here's the rear chase. We'll be lining up here. We'll be sliding into this outside lane right in front of this yellow car on the outside. There we are. Should be an exciting race. 50 laps. This car tends to plow pretty tight, at least early on in the run, as a result of the characteristics of this next-gen Cup car. The cars tend to have a lot of downforce, right? You're pretty close to wide open all the way around the track on the gas. And, the car's just sort of plowing tight, doesn't want to turn as well as you'd like, which is sort of opposite of some of the other cars you drive, namely the Xfinity car, and the trucks even are a little bit looser than this Cup car. But you'll notice as the run progresses, as the tires wear out, these Cup cars can get pretty hairy, pretty loose. And it's just really all about that dynamic change of how the tires affect the car's handling throughout the run. So we'll be looking for that as this race goes. Hopefully we get some long green flag runs in. Pace car is going to roll off here. We'll be rolling off row 5 on the outside, P10, in the 11 car. Sort of we're the 11 seed based on the strength of field. In a 20, I believe, 6 or 7 car field. Look over here at the handy dandy standings. Black box, 26 car field. Go back to relative. Hopefully you guys enjoy that background music, non-copyright music. Yeah, so we'll just take the race as it comes, try not to force any issues, and just make sure we're setting competitive lap times. It's the name of the game here at this level. Pace car is off. Green flag. Sort of like a pack race here on these fresh tires, and then it starts to sort of even out a little bit. By even out, I just mean spread out. That's what I meant to say. Tap from behind a little bit. Someone throwing it into the corner a little too deep. I'm actually going to get down here at the bottom. Get one peak down there. Sort of force his way in there. Alright, I'm going to start digging here on the top. Clear myself, be a little more aggressive. It's been a little difficult on my tires, so I'm going to try to be a little bit easier on them, stay on the bottom for a little while. Refreshing being in a sort of more traditional Cup Series race on a traditional intermediate track. Very loose here. Able to recover. Sort of getting used to the car's limits here. bottom here a little bit by this car in front of me. Force the issue to sort of keep some of these positions. Now they're wrecking back there. Interesting, someone blinking in front of me, but we're able to sort of make it 3 wide there, get that spot, and they sort of lost it behind us a little bit. We were starting to lose too many spots, though. We had to take advantage of the opportunity given to us by that red car who was sort of having a slow exit off turn 2 that last lap, so we're able to get that spot. It's possible that we're going to pit here because it's already been 10 laps of green flag racing. People may elect to take tires. We do have 2 sets. So this stage in the race, it's sort of following and doing what the leaders do. So everyone's going to come down pit road for 4 tires.
Five, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Could have probably been a little bit more aggressive getting on the pit road, but that's fine. Doesn't look like we lost any spots, so it's good. We had a really big moment about halfway through that last run where we got really loose on the bottom, clipped the apron a little bit, lost a couple spots there, able to gain 1, maybe 2 spots back. I think it was just 1. Someone's blaming missing their box because people drive through them. That's part of the simulator. People do that in every race, so you got to sort of be able to adapt to that, right? It happens every race. You can't really blame other people for it. At that point, it's your responsibility to make the adaptation to be able to deal with that. On the outside. Fortunately, we were stuck on the outside for the first part of the last run too, which sort of chewed our tires up a little bit more than I would have liked. Hopefully we can get down to the bottom a little quicker and be a little bit more aggressive to make that happen. I was just sort of trying to feel the car out on that first run. Because the last thing you want is to spin out and wreck this early in the race. But we'll be restarting the 12th spot, so we're kind of just hanging around where we started a little bit. I think we're 1 row back from that, but we're in a good place here. Just need to keep pushing and try to stay on the bottom, honestly, for now. Just do a little bit better of a job carrying momentum through the center of the corner. Should help us out. Checking up real badly here. Already making it 3 wide. Love it. Leaders are playing some games, stacking up guys on the restart. But it's kind of to be expected at some point, I guess. We're going up the track and wrecking now. Caution's out. I feel like we gained quite quite a few spots there as a result of that. I don't know what was happening. The guys were stacking up from the restart on. Looked like the leader was trying to play some games, trying to fake people out, just going really late on the restart and caused everyone to stack up. People were taking me 3 wide immediately, even though I was right on the bumper of the car in front of me. Like it got ugly really fast, and we were able to take advantage of that by just staying in the middle and not really meddling with other people's business. There was a lot of stuff going on the outside, and I just tried to get as low as I could as soon as I could by moving to the inside off turn 2. Oh, man. Alright, up to 7th in 1 lap. Love it. This is the top split of the Cup Series, by the way. Strength of field, like I mentioned, is like over 4,000. So you'll take wins like that wherever you can get them. It doesn't happen very often that like half the field wrecks as a result of people being a little bit too aggressive on a restart this early in the race. No one's going to pit here since we all just pit for tires. People in the back that have damage will probably pit, but no one up here is going to pit. Oh, we're really slowing down, Jesus. Coming to complete lap 16 to 50. Plenty of racing left. People starting to disconnect as a result of that last crash. Maybe some DNFs as a result. That looked like some pretty hard contact. People could maintain pace speed, I would appreciate that. This 2 and whoever's in front of him, the 18, are playing a couple games here, not really sure what's going on. It's like they're trying to bump draft going pace speed, and like they're slowing down, speeding back up again. See, like I'm completely off the gas right now. I'm just rolling up on this 2 car. You know, pace car is pulling away. So, see, there he goes. Like, come on, buddy. In an actual NASCAR race, you would lose your position as a result of that. I would be able to just drive around you, and that would now be my spot as a result of failing to maintain pace speed. But in iRacing, that's not the thing, unfortunately. One of the reasons that rule is in place, though, is if someone's trying to save fuel under caution by turning their engine off, and they're unable to refire their engine, some guys will turn their engines off under caution and coast to save extra fuel. If that person's not able to refire in time to be able to maintain pace speed, then the people behind you, or the people behind that car that was unable to refire their engine, will just be able to go around you, right? You shouldn't have to wait on the guy who's trying to save fuel to fire it back up before you can continue pacing, right? So you're just able to go around cars like that. That's kind of one of the reasons that rule's in place, but it also deals with silly things like people brake checking each other and just slowing down without reason, and you can just sort of bypass all that by having a rule that allows your competitors behind you to just go around if you're not maintaining the pace car speed. It just prevents a lot of foolery from happening, and that's why NASCAR implemented that rule. I'm not sure when they implemented that, but it's been a rule for several years now. So we're going to be restarting in row number 4. Sorry, my brain doesn't work today. Row number 4 on the inside. We'll have about 31 laps remaining in this race. Hopefully we can keep making our way forwards. Very competitive field, so you never know what's going to happen. We're going to definitely have to keep our head down and keep racing it out, but this one's by no means over, and there's still a lot of good action left to come, I'm sure. Still have one set of tires remaining in the pits, should we need them. Kind of hoping we can just have a green flag run to the end. I'd kind of much rather that. But if we do have another caution here in the middle of the race, toward the end, we will have that last set of tires that we can put on from the pits. Got to get going here. Pace car is going to be off. Get a little bit of extra heat in the tires just to help with the fire off. Sort of been getting 3 wide with some guys behind us on these most recent restarts. As a result of the leaders sort of holding back a little longer than people anticipate, stacks up the field. Pace car's off. Green flag. Just because don't really have any other option right now. Can't be held up for too long here. Looks like he's going to get back in line here, so it's not going to be an issue. Really blinking up here. Not great connection. I wonder how that's going to affect his race, if it's going to send him backwards to the field. Coming to halfway next time by. Painted right along that white line. Let it gradually drift up the track to the outside wall. Sort of easily rolling out of the throttle, coming on corner entry and corner exit, rolling back in nice and smooth. Trying to keep these tires as fresh as we can. Help us out in the event that there's a long run. Currently running in the 7th position. Gap in front and back right now. One past halfway right there. Got a little bit loose on entry. crazy. Alright, caution is in. So this puts us in a tough spot, right? It's a little bit too early to, in my opinion, take that last set of tires, because if there's another caution here, what are you going to do? You're going to be out of tires. And if the leaders pit, right, and they have a set of tires, or if people close behind you pit on a future caution and they have tires, well, you're going to be hosed. So, oh boy, everyone's going to be stopped here because the pace cars. I think we're all staying out anyway, or at least that would be my plan, would be to stay out, but again, we're going to have to see what the leaders do. I don't think tires matter too much here, to the point where you would want to take them, but the leaders are doing it, so I'm going to follow suit. Don't want to be at a disadvantage if you can help it, so we'll do it. But later in the race, if someone stayed out, well, they might have a big advantage.
3, 2, 2, 1. Right here.
We'll have to see. This is our last set of tires we're putting on lap 29. So, someone from 21st place just came out of pit road behind me. Almost got my spot. He probably took 2 tires if I had to guess, getting all that track position. Luckily able to stay in front of him. Looks like one of the cars who didn't pit last time by is now on pit road. Looks like we lost a couple on pit road, back in 9th position. No one's really going anywhere. We're kind of all just following along in single file right now. Nothing really exciting is happening. Just sort of the nature of this next-gen Cup car. And just how tight it is around the bottom. I mean, it's hard to make passes at this track, you know, when it's momentum-based. It's not quite, you know, super Speedway style where you're bump drafting off each other, but with how much downforce is in these cars, I mean, you're just trying to, you know, feather the throttle in the corner just a little bit, and then you're sort of just backing the gas, just sort of trying to seed or plant the car down at the bottom of the track and make the best lap time. And the lap time ends up being really similar to all the guys around you because you're all doing the same exact thing, and there's not really other options. And you could see on that last run we were sort of keeping the gap even between the cars in front of us and behind us. There's no one really around us, and we were kind of staying where we were at. So hopefully we can make something happen here with it'll be under 20 laps to go. We're hitting 20 to go this time by. It'll be 19 to go for the restart. We on the outside in 8th place. So we lost 1 through that pit cycle. Unfortunately, it puts us on the outside, but as long as we can be aggressive and get good corner exits and get some momentum off, we should be able to make something happen up here, hopefully. Use a little bit of trail braking to help get the car to turn in the center of the corner so we can get back to the throttle sooner. pace cars in. It'll be 19 to go here. Getting stacked up. Yeah, they're taking 3 wide immediately as the outside got stacked up. This is wild already for no reason. Alright, we're clear here. Wide ahead. Go through the middle here. Oh, right through the middle. Let's go. Outside. So they're trying to get a run on the outside again here. Just pushing me tight to the wall. Clear to the bottom. That was kind of epic, not gonna lie. Pass through the middle, and then we pass another on the outside. Good Christ. It's go time. Finally something good happens. Gonna have a run here behind me. That was a great battle. Welcome to the Cup Series. Trying to save a little bit of tire here for the last little stretch. Out. So if anyone stayed out at the last caution and saved a set of tires, they might have an advantage here, although tire fall is not too bad, but they still might have a little bit of an advantage here, even restart from the back. Can have under 10 to go. We're hitting 10 to go this time by. We do not have any sets of tires remaining, so everyone up here will be staying out. That was a great little run there though, nice battles. Able to make 2 passes at once, going 3 wide through the middle. We were able to pass that 6 car in front of us. They got back around us. We were sort of slicing and dicing a little bit. Ended up netting out in the same spot, but had we not been sort of going through those battles, we would have lost at least 2 or 3. So able to hold on to 8th place, which is pretty good. Happy with that. So just got to keep on grinding away. If we can pull off the same thing on the next restart, being that we're restarting from the same position on the outside, there's going to be fewer laps remaining for guys to challenge from behind, so we might be able to pick up a few if we're aggressive enough on this restart and they don't stack up in front of us again like what's been happening the past couple of restarts. The outside's just been getting really bottled up, and people have been taking us 3 wide and trying to get around us because of the cars being slower in front of us, and it's just, you know, puts us in a tough spot. We were able to sort of navigate that and prevail. But it does look like 1 car in front of us pit, so we will be on the inside for this restart. It looks like we'll be up to 7th place. So we're slowly making our way forward in this race. We started in the 10th position, if we recap. Been sort of hanging around upper, like forward, middle pack of the day all day, but we're starting to make our way forward towards the top 5. Gonna have about 5 laps to go for the restart. Most likely 6. Yeah, we'll have 6 laps to go for the restart. Hopefully we can just make it to the end without any more cautions. There's probably another wreck behind us for that last one, but almost there. Thank you for tuning in today to watch the NASCAR Cup Series Iracing Class A Fixed Race. It's been a fun race. We're going to be doing more of these this weekend, and hopefully you'll be back to watch more of these. Hopefully we can win one. That's always the goal, so you'll have to kind of tune in to see if we can get it done as we sort of get used to this track and this car here this week. But it's been a blast. Bought the tickets last night. I was checking Facebook during the race under pace laps, you know. Seems like a very wise thing to do when you're driving a virtual race car. Open up Facebook. Coming to 1 green this time by, we'll be on the inside. Coming to the restart, we'll have 6 laps to go. Ah, everyone started wrecking, bro. Because everyone was on old tires and people weren't ready for that. That's so funny. So now we're in the back with damage. I don't think it was that bad, but we definitely have damage. Yo, that's so funny. That's unfortunate. Everyone started wrecking and checking up, and then I got loose because they started checking up. Yo. Alright, so note to self, on old tires at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and any track for that matter, you're going to spin your tires on the restart in second gear. I think we all sort of forgot that we had like old tires. We're just going to check it out, make sure we don't have too much damage. It's probably okay amount. But our goal here is just to sort of get a few spots back.
5, 3, 5 to go. 2.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. That's not even close to as bad as I thought it would be. The pace car is coming, so we can't really fix much of it right now. But we can fix a little bit of it. Alright. Fix the rest of it next time by. Just want to make sure we fix all of that before we go back racing. Because of how closely matched these cars are, any little bit matters, right? So I'm okay with starting at the very tail end if it means fixing everything, whereas all the guys ahead probably are going to just be okay keeping their damage. We'll see if we can take advantage of that. Just fix the rest of that up right here. So we'll kind of see how the rest of this evolves.
3, 2, 1. Right here.
Still got about 20 seconds or so. It's pretty clear that other people got even more damage from that. This car's 5 back, 4 back. Alright, we fixed all the damage that's repairable. We'll see what we can do here the last couple laps. Not going to have much time, but it is better than not having a car that's competitive. We still have a car that's pretty competitive here. We did clap the outside wall in that restart. Sort of got spun around, but it is mostly my fault. I kind of experienced the same feeling that the guys in front of me wrecking were feeling. We all got super loose. We weren't ready for that. It does happen. It's really funny when it does happen, but it does happen. So we're just going to have to be really aggressive here in the last couple laps here and try to maximize every chance we get, take every opportunity to pass. Everyone's got these old tires, so including me, which I've now spun with, so this is going to be an overtime attempt right here. We're going to have 2 to go for the restart. We're going to go 1 lap of overtime here. Normally you have a warning when the car gets loose like that and you sort of like start spinning out in the restart, but no, this one the thing just wiped out with no warning. You you couldn't even feel the tires starting to break free. It just went. And that's kind of why there was at least like 3 or 4 or 5 of us that started wrecking all at the same time. It's almost like someone poured oil all over the racetrack. We'll see what we can salvage here. Remember, we started in 10th place, so if we can get back to there or around there, that'd be good. We're the number 11 seed. We don't need to come out with any crazy finish here. We were running inside the top 10, towards the top 5, so that's kind of unfortunate, but we did minimize the damage as much as we could. Some through luck, right? Just not hitting the wall harder than we did. But the rest of it is going to be based on how we do here. It'd be funny if that happened twice and people start spinning out again. So I guarantee you I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. White flag. Oh boy. Holy shit! Holy fuck. Up to 12, I'll take it. We're not gonna ask questions, we're just gonna leave, call it a day, and say we did good. I knew as soon as I saw the smoke for that crash that was happening coming to the checkers, I have to just keep my pedal to the floor. It's either, you know, we finish in the back or we finish where we did in 12th. I'm just going to keep my foot to the floor. Either going to see God or the checkered flag, and we saw the checkered flag there. Let's go back and look at that. Holy fuck. I mean, we can't celebrate too hard because we were in the top 10 and we only got back to 12th. But, I mean, all things considered, we should have finished like 15th. Or even behind that, actually, because we were running almost 20th. I made it 3 wide down the back trying to just get a couple more spots here. I knew there was still a chance the guys would wreck, but boy, did they. Yeah, we got all those guys. That's crazy. We literally got all of them. I think. Oh yeah, we definitely did. Holy shit. I'll definitely take it. We picked up a 4X there, so we're at 8X somehow. I'm not really sure what happened there. With that last incident, we didn't really touch anyone, but I guess it gave me one. Light contact here. I didn't even know where to go because I saw this car, the 16, spinning in the middle of the track. I'm like, I have no idea what to do here, but I'm just going to keep my foot to the floor. Did I even lift? Yeah, no, I didn't. Like, look down here. I did not lift until I got to the checkered flag. Didn't lift once. I'm like, we're keeping our foot to the floor. God with the checkered flag. Got the checkered flag. You know what? I'll take it. We'll probably gain Iracing as a result of those spots that we got there at the end. You always want to see a better finish. Obviously, a lot of us spun out on that second final restart. You don't want to ever see that. But let's go back and review that as well. As much as I don't really want to, probably should. Let's actually kind of focus on the leader. Take a look from high above. Leader gets back into the throttle here. Outside, doesn't really get moving. They start wrecking, then I start wrecking, and I have no idea what happened, but like the whole field just crashed on the restart. Because you can see by the time I start wrecking here, like they're already spinning, and it's like, oh, did I get hooked? Is that what it was? Yeah. No, I got loose and I came up the track, but as a result of me getting loose and moving up the track, I got hooked. Yeah, that definitely could have been a lot worse for me, I'll tell you that. So that's what cost us an even better finishing position, but I think that was a pretty sick finish to make up for what happened here. Take a look for my cockpit one more time. Actually, you know what? I don't think it had anything to do with my tires by itself. I think it had everything to do with me transitioning onto the apron right here. Because look, as soon as I go for the apron, the car just absolutely breaks free. And then I try to correct it here, which I do successfully, but then I have to kind of overcorrect, go back the other direction, and that's where I got hooked right there. That led to some pretty decent wall contact, but only, 30, 40 seconds of optionals. So the big one at Las Vegas on the restart with 5-6 laps to go. It's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Just looking at it from the TV angle. It's probably not the best view, right? Probably want to pay attention to this 12 car. A little bit further, sorry. Alright. So yeah, the 2 just doesn't get going at all. 12 gets loose going to the apron. Same thing for me, I get loose going to the apron. A few other cars pile in and get loose. I'm not really sure how many different conditions there were. It looks like the 3 got loose, the 12 got loose, got into the 6, 6 plows into the 12, I get loose, I go up the track, and then everyone just piles in. So, that's pretty funny. We'll add that to the blooper reel. Let's go take a look at this finish. Looks like it's pretty clear that the one's going to get it done here. And then behind them, there was just a huge crash coming off turn 4. So that's what we're going to look at one last time here before we sign off from Las Vegas here. Coming to the checkered flag here. I'm sitting behind all this action, waiting for something to happen, and happen it does. We fly right through the middle of that. Fortunate for us to not be involved. Take a look at the rear chase view. I want to give you guys every angle of this because I think it was pretty sick, not gonna lie. I'll take anything I can get. I knew it was going to take something drastic to get back up toward the middle of the field. Ultimately, to be honest with you, that's kind of where we ran the whole race. So that's probably the position we deserved. We made some pretty great passes, though, early on in the race, going 3 wide to capture some positions. We'll have to go take a look at those. There's just all these highlights that we need to get to. At this point, I'm running 7th, so it must have happened before this. I feel like I wouldn't have been that progressive that early, though, so it was honestly probably, yeah, it's definitely here. So take a look from the TV view on the 11 car in the middle. So I know my only option here is to sort of just stay in the middle lane, be as aggressive as I can while still not running over the guys next to me. This isn't even the battle yet, by the way. The battle of the 3 wide pass happens here, coming up on the 6 car, right? I split the gap between that 18 and that 6 coming up here shortly. Kind of staging myself behind them right now, directly behind that 18. I'm like, alright, can't find a gap yet, can't find a gap yet. Just gonna stay here battling the 6 cars on the inside. I'm able to get a run to pull alongside him here coming off turn 4. Pretty much even at the start-finish line. Gloves off, and we're going to town here. The 6 is squeezing me up the track as much as he can, trying to make sure I can't arc it down the track and get any extra momentum. Side draft here. I'm getting pushed from behind to help get me through there. I'm able to clear the 6 car ultimately. So pretty crazy. Eventually I get up alongside this 3 car, and the 6 car decides to help the 3 car get through there. Ultimately gets back around me, but we had a really great battle there. Sort of wrapping up our recap coverage here, as we do at the end of these races. Still side by side with the 3. Great battle that we have here. The 6 car goes with the 3 to help push him through, give him a little bit extra momentum in turn 1. I'm painting it down along that white line. Save for the mistake there at the end where I spun out coming to the green. We probably would have had a really good finishing position, but again, very good considering the circumstances. But that's going to wrap up our coverage here from the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I hope you guys really enjoyed that race. There was a lot of good battles there towards the middle end half of that race, where we're kind of slicing and dicing, going 3 wide, making these passes, making stuff happen, right? Here we are. 3 wide right here. Now 2. Able to get to the outside of the 6. We'll just pull through there. That's going to wrap it up in Las Vegas. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. I'll hopefully be back on the stream later tonight, and we'll get some more action for you guys. Have a good one.